I'm working in the studio, and for lunch, the disembodied voice made me a beautiful garden salad with some of our fresh tomatoes and some tuna. And he mixed a little ranch dressing and guacamole together. It was the Aldi guacamole to make my dressing. Isn't that beautiful? I am working on this cute book. I just started it. It's a few minutes ago. I put these big drills on it, but that is what that looks like. It's going to be so pretty, and it's just a little notebook. Just a little notebook. And the back looks like that, so I'm excited. It's something different. I always love working with those big gems, and this time I'm organizing my drills like this on a little ring in those Ziploc type packets, and I just, to keep them identified, I just went ahead and left them in their original bags. So that was pretty easy to do. And I think I'm just going to work on this one. Did I already say this? Down here. So I'll leave everything down here in the studio. Hey y'all, hey, it's your friend Patty with Giddy Things. I'm back for day 158 of our 5-minute in-name only exercise encouragement. How are you? I'm doing well. Thank you. Today was a more so a rest day because yesterday I don't know if I didn't overdo it. I had a great time, but I am not as sore as I thought I would be. But I don't want to add insult to injury, as they say. So I'm laying off of activity today. Yesterday was intense. I mean, I've done things today, just not any formal exercise. And I don't think I'm going to. I thought about it. I was like, oh, I'll do the 5-minute upper body thing. But I think my joints need some time to recover. So I'm going to let that happen. I am going to write back to, well, no, I already wrote back to a pen pal. I might write another letter tonight, but for sure I want to decorate, embellish the letter and the envelope and put in the goodies and get that off in the mail tomorrow. I've got several. That one, though, is going to Australia. I think I've got 3 pen pals in Australia. This one, though, is in Tasmania in Australia, so that's going to be fun. And I have other letters to return from the ones that I showed you recently that my pen pals sent me. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I did, as you will have seen already, a little bit, just tiny bit of getting started with a diamond painting project. I kitted up, and then I also placed a few of the larger drills on there. I've had today to eat. I've had a smoothie, and I had the salad that you will have seen, and I'm going to have the just barely breaded chicken nuggets, which are relatively healthy, and a baked potato with tzatziki sauce on it. And I think I'm just having ketchup on my nuggets. And then we'll see later, maybe we'll have some cherries, which is one of the things we have as a bedtime snack. And if there are any peaches left, I may have a peach or something different entirely. Who knows? I had such a good tea. I got the Adagio teas to try them, and I'm really enjoying them. This was a vanilla. I want to say it was vanilla honeybush, but I had that with a little half and half and a little honey, and it was delicious. I let it get cold though, but it was so good cold. It was so good. I was making a video for my children's literature class for an application assignment where my students are going to write a lesson plan and based on a fairy tale, and I went ahead and had the tea at the same time, and I let it get cold, but it was so good cold. I could have it iced. It would be so good. And I had a bunch of water. I think I'm going to have a little drip drop hydration thing at some point, because I think that's probably a good idea ahead of, because it's a Friday. What's happening today? It's injection day for my Zepbound, so I'm going to have that ahead of it, try to be really hydrated beforehand, and I'm trying not to have bread products. I need to get some more corn tortillas to replace that, because I really like those for sandwiches and things. But we've been still eating the tomatoes out of our own garden, which has been wonderful. I got some really neat postcards. I wonder if they're anywhere really close. I may have gone ahead and put them in. I take bags. I'll get a bag to bring downstairs so that I can take everything I need upstairs back with me or bring it downstairs. Let me see if I've done that. And I'll show you my bag. I got this at a thrift store. Yeah, here they are. Not that long ago. Isn't that neat? It's a nice bag, too. It's a Union Jack bag. Let me see if I can get back far enough. It's a Union Jack bag, and it's really, really nice. I think this may actually be leather. I think it may actually be leather, but I'm not sure. I need to fix the zipper on it, but I can tell it was somebody's favorite bag, and they did take good care of it. I think the zipper just broke, and they they sewed it shut, but yeah, I think it can be fixed pretty easily. I got these postcards, and some of them I'm going to send, some of them I'm going to keep. They're the beautiful linen, vintage linen postcards, and these are all Virginia. I think the lady I bought these from is in New Hampshire, but I guess there was some connection to Virginia. Really special. This one is, and there's quite a lot of them, so I might not go through all of them, but this one is Newport News, James River Bridge, Newport News, Virginia, and this was sent, isn't that pretty? Look how pretty that is. This was sent, it's postmarked August 20th, 8 p.m., 1941, in Newport News, and this was from a soldier, and it reads, I don't know, what, with the family and stuff, I don't want to say the name, but it reads, "Hello, folks. It's good to get ashore. My something I can't tell is extended, and my papers came back from headquarters. Will re-enlist past BMH, I think, or maybe it's BM2C exams. Am waiting for your letter. I will tell you more. Love," and then the person's name. So this was in wartime. This was in the Second World War that was sent. It's got a 1 cent George Washington stamp on it. Let me see if I hold this up here, if that will obscure the, yeah. So it's got that beautiful green 1 cent stamp on it. Looks like another piece of another stamp, but so that's really neat. And then we've got some, like this one is from Hollins College. Hollins College is a really well-known liberal arts college that is in Hollins College. Where is Hollins College? Where is it exactly? Somewhere up around Galax. I'll pop it up on the screen. I'm blanking on that. I think I used to know that. I had a friend who went there. I've had a couple of friends who went there, actually. And it's a really good school. It's a really good writing school, too. This is the Lutheran Children's Home of the South in Salem, Virginia. And these are all the linen type postcards, and I think they're enhanced photographs. Photo by Woodward Studio, and then, they used to go in and apply a painting technique to them. The Handy Helper, not the Handy Helper, yeah, the Handy Helper knows a lot of stuff, but the Disembodied Voice is a large format photographer, and so analog photographer, so he has explained to me about how this works. And then on the back, it has your whole postcard thing and this space for writing messages. Some of them I'm going to keep for a scrapbook, but this one I'm probably going to send out through Post Crossings. I said I wasn't going to show you all of them, but I don't think it's really, this one is really pretty. I'll show you this one. This is Lake Spring Park, Salem, Virginia, and I'll be interested to look these up and see what they look like now. Isn't that beautiful? I think that's just gorgeous. Does it have a photo credit on it? It doesn't have a photo credit on it, I don't think. But Asheville Postcard Company in North Carolina. So I'm wondering if these are all from that same. I don't know if the one that's been filled out is. Let's see. Now this just says Made in USA, and on that one from World War II it says Newport News, James River Bridge, the longest bridge in the world over water. Wonder if that's still the case. It is approximately 5 miles long, opened November 17, 1928. So that's really neat, keen. And then let me just go through these to see if, oh yeah, this one's Salem, Virginia. You might not be as interested in seeing this. This is a cool one. I've skipped one. I'm like, I'm not going to show them all, and then I skipped one. This is Made in USA, published by Asheville Postcard Company, Asheville, North Carolina. So they might all be from that, and the other one I just didn't see on the side. But that is, look at that pretty thing right there. That is looking south from White Top Mountain, which is local to us. White Top Mountain, Virginia, altitude 5,678 feet, where Virginia, Tennessee, and North Carolina meet. And I don't know if you can see that, but they have a little X with an arrow towards it, and that's where the actual meeting place is. So I thought that was really super cool. And then we've got some more that are, this is Marion, Virginia, which isn't far from us. And this was Marion High School. Isn't that neat? And, I can do it, y'all. This one is really cool, too. This is Main Street. This is Loudon Street, which is the main street of Winchester, Virginia at that time. I thought that was pretty cool. This doesn't have a date on it. I could probably find that online if I looked. But these are all, I think, by the same postcard company. And again, some of those I'll send out. A lot from Pulaski County, Virginia. Pulaski, as some people say it. There's one of the little airport here. Let me show you this one. And I believe that's still there. The Pulaski Municipal Airport, Pulaski, Virginia. Again, people say Pulaski. There's that. So that's up around that Galax kind of area, I think. So there's an aerial view of the business section of the same town. And then this was really cool. I'm showing you more than I thought I would. This is Winchester, Virginia, Handley High School. And I have two of these, but one of them is by moonlight. And I thought that was really neat. And again, I'll probably send that one because it's not super local. And I got these to send them. So that was the whole point. This one is the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Arlington National Cemetery. So there's that. And this says a color picture with a U, color with a U, publication, Boston, 15, Massachusetts, USA. This is the Washington News Company is the one this one is by. So that's a little bit different. And that's a sacred monument there. So I'm trying to stack these well, if you wonder what I'm doing. This, we just went by this church the other day. We're Episcopalian is our culture of worship. We're Christians, but we're Episcopalian. That's the culture we like to worship in. My sister-in-law, one of my sisters-in-law, introduced me to that idea a long time ago. She's Catholic, and she said, I'm a Christian, but I like to worship in the Catholic tradition. Catholic Christianity is my faith, and Catholicism is my culture, and that's the way I feel too about being Episcopalian. So this is Emmanuel Episcopal Church, Bristol, Virginia. Isn't it gorgeous, y'all? And this is too by Asheville Postcard Company, Asheville, North Carolina. And we just went by the church the other day. It's so pretty. When we were out and about, the Disembodied Voice and I were doing some grocery shopping, that we were in Bristol, and that's what we went by. And I was like, how cool that we just got those. I just got these today. They were actually left accidentally. We had a substitute mail carrier, and this was her first time coming out here. And this can be difficult to navigate in this rural area for postal carriers. Our regular postal carrier is, oh my gosh, he's such a hard worker, and he's so good. He helps us so much. And she was lovely, I'm sure. She just got confused, and this went across the street to our neighbor. And so my husband went across the street and asked the neighbor if he could collect the mail and see if she got this package. And he collected the mail for her and took that up the hill to her so she wouldn't have to come down the hill. So that was lovely. This is also Bristol. This is Hotel Bristol, same postcard company from Asheville, North Carolina. So that's what that looks like. Isn't that neat? And they've refurbished Hotel Bristol. You can stay there, I think, now. I think it's still a hotel. I'll pop it up on the screen. But the only hotel in the city away from the noise of the railroad. Isn't that fun? So I'm hanging on to this one. I'm going to keep this one. But it says Bristol, Virginia, Tennessee. If you don't know, there's just the line down the middle of Main Street. On one side it's Tennessee, and on one side it's Virginia. So that's kind of one of its many claims to fame. It's the country music birthplace. It's also the Country Music Museum. I yeah, is there. The Museum of Country Music. Man, that's it. Anyway, a lot of information about the Carter family. If you don't know about the Carter family, Mother Maybelle Carter is really the mother of country music, and her family were performers. A.P. Carter, and Helen and Jeanette, I think, and others. Oh, and June Carter Cash. June Carter, and then she married Johnny Cash, and he sort of came into the Carter family. So the Hotel Bristol caters to tourist and commercial trade, providing excellent accommodations at popular rates. Well cooked and beautifully served meals may be had in the main dining room or in the coffee room. Free parking spaces available for guests. And I will try to pop some more information up on the screen about when this postcard may have been from and that sort of thing, right? That is very cool, very pretty. I really like that. Let me see if this is one that y'all would be. Again, there's some of them that are just so much like. Yeah, this is Sullins College. I don't know if Sullins College is still open. I don't know when it closed, if it did, but that's also Bristol, Virginia. And then this one is, okay, this is closer to us. This is Abingdon, Virginia. This is the original U.S. Post Office in Abingdon. And I can't really remember what it's being used for now, but I'll look that up. And if I can find it, I'll pop it up on the screen. This is the same postcard company. It just looks a little, some of the ones on the back, the postcard part looks a little bit different, how they've written postcards. And then this is Bristol, Virginia's high school back in the day. And I'll have to go see, I don't know how it's being used now. I need to know. And this is how I'll find out. And then this, y'all, oh my gosh, this is such a sad thing. This is the beautiful, I think I have a couple of these, Virginia Intermont College, VI. It was such a wonderful college for so long. And then I think it was accreditation issues. I will try to find the year. I'm sure I can find the year, and I've looked it up before too. But VI was so beautiful, and when it stopped being a college, the buildings fell into disrepair. Then someone bought it and didn't fix it up, and there was a lot of controversy about that, and they just got more and more in disrepair. All those beautiful buildings. I'll put the screen, pop up on the screen the date that Virginia Intermont was built. It was gorgeous. This is the Virginia Intermont, again, college in Bristol, Virginia, and the majestic sort of gates to that. This is an embellished photo again, I think. Oh my gosh, y'all, it's so beautiful, and I'll probably keep those too. Just a beautiful campus, and it was allowed to fall into horrible disrepair, y'all. Horrible disrepair. And then, okay, so the big brother is a photojournalist. So he films and produces sort of, he does some writing and things on for a Tennessee television station. And he's very good. And that's what he went to college for. He went to East Tennessee State University, ETSU, and was a part of their digital media program, did really well, and got a job with this television station. We're super proud of him and the Handy Helper for everything that they do. We'd be proud of them regardless, but they impress us all the time. And so what happened, Virginia Intermont caught on fire, and I don't think they're very sure still about what happened, but y'all, it all burned. It blazed, and he was called to the scene of that fire to film it. And he said that it was so hot. He said it was like you couldn't even get very close to it. And it was so sad. And it was so hot that I may not be saying the numbers correctly, but he told me I think it reignited twice over the weekend following, and because it was so hot. And he lives very close to where it was, so he was able to get over there very, very quickly. And Virginia Intermont's in Bristol, Virginia. That's where he lives, but he works in Johnson City, Tennessee. So yeah, that was pretty major, and it was very sad and scary and sad. On a lighter note, a better note, this is our river. This is let me start again. This is our river. This is the Holston River near Abingdon, Virginia. We are closest of all the places I've mentioned to Abingdon, and the Holston is big, and it runs through quite a few different locations, but one of those places is like Saltville is close to here. Saltville's such an interesting town. I want to go there, and pretty. I want to go to Saltville and do a little tour and show y'all that. That's one of my goals when I get things sorted out with Mabel, who keeps me able, my wheelchair. So this is Holston River near Abingdon, Virginia. And it's just gorgeous, y'all. We're so blessed. We're so blessed. And this is really, I know this is an embellished photograph, but this is really pretty close to how it looks. It's so beautiful. At different times of year, that would be, I guess that would have been in a spring or summer situation. And then finally, Tobias Smith House. And I think it's Smith because we have Smith County, which is spelled with a Y. And some people say Smythe, but that usually has an E on the end of it. Emory and Henry College, Emory, Virginia, near Abingdon. It says, in this house, Emory and Henry College was planned in 1835. Look at that. Look at that. And Emory and Henry is such a special place. I work at a community college that feeds Emory and Henry with bachelor's degree students, and I love the college. The campus is gorgeous. It's a small liberal arts college, and it's just wonderful. Emory and Henry College, it says on the back of the postcard, located in the Virginia Highlands, 2,250 feet above sea level, is a liberal arts coeducational college founded by the Methodist Church in 1836. The college is fully accredited, still is, offering the BA, BS, and BE degrees and commercial certificates, and that's changed a little bit since then. But isn't that fabulous? Oh, my supper's here. I'm going to eat and I'll be back. Okay, friends, there are my nuggets and my baked potato and my ketchup. I'm so excited. I will eat this and then I'll be back with you. I think I'm going to start working the exercise videos like I've been doing into a little bit of a longer format because I just think it's fun. I never really got on YouTube to time myself that much. And I'm not, I mean, I would love to make money from YouTube, but that's not really the reason that I'm doing it. So I'm doing it because I love you, right? So I'm going to eat and then I will come back with more video. This is actually the last thing I filmed for today's video, but something else is going to come after it. But I realize I may have forgotten, and I don't know because I didn't go back to watch, to tell you how much I love you. Oh my gosh, you are so loved. I certainly love you so much. So I wanted to make sure to say that. I'm back, y'all. I had my dinner. It was so delicious. Those Just Barely nuggets are like homemade chicken nuggets. There was a time at which, and I don't know how many times I did this. Ooh, stuff is falling. I'm at my writing desk. I don't know how many times I did this, but I can remember when the big brother was still at home, I made him and the disembodied voice and the handy helper some fried chicken nuggets. And I mean, they were fried, right? This was back when I did a little bit more cooking, but y'all, I was raised in the deep South. So what the disembodied voice does is way healthier, but I mean, I could try and make healthy stuff, and I did sometimes, but the big brother loves fried chicken, and so he was just always so pleased when I would make him fried chicken, and he likes the white meat, breast meat, and so I would just fry that up for him in little batches, or for them. The disembodied voice is not much of a chicken eater. He didn't grow up really eating chicken. It's just a different culture and stuff, but both the big brother and the little brother, the handy helper, love fried chicken. And I brought that up just to say that it really does, even though this isn't fried, it really does taste a lot like that. It reminds me of the way that tastes, with like a homemade tasting batter on it and stuff like that. So it's really good, and it's just so lightly breaded, as it says, and much healthier than other options. Excuse me. So I had that, and oh my gosh, it was delicious with the baked potato with the tzatziki on it. Mwah, as they say, fresh kiss. I'm tired, y'all. Can you tell? Chef's kiss is what I meant. I did a lot of work today. I'm winding down naturally, which is lovely. I'm going to write some tonight. I'm writing a letter back to a friend a pen pal, who recently had a birthday. And so I'm celebrating that on the page and things like that. But I hope that you are having a lovely day too. Whenever and wherever you're watching this, I hope you're doing things today to make yourself feel special, because you are special. I also hope you'll go with me in peace and love to serve others. Please do pray for the whole world with a special intention for Ukraine.